Hello everybody and welcome back to the Emerald Coast. It has been a while, but we are back and we're going to be doing some more pre-release testing. The map has been on a diet. It has lost about an entire gig of weight. She's got to go back on the treadmill. So we need to lose some more. What's up, Waylon? How you doing tonight? Fortnite Kid, what is up? Well, how are you doing tonight? I did try to upload the map with the web uploader. Nope, didn't work. She's going to need to lose a little bit more weight. Not sure how much, but a bit more for sure. I'm doing pretty good, Fortnite Kid. Had a little busy day, got lots of things done. Now we're going to sit here and do a little farming, do a little exploration. Make sure all the farms look good. Well, I thought we'd do a little work down at the pig farm specifically. Oh, what am I? Oh, I'm hung up on a tree. Get me off the tree. Rabbit Rob is here. Genetic J is in the house. Or he'll be joining shortly. It just blew up the upload. Yeah, classic 404 page not found, blow up. So, my guess, it was just a timeout. When do we think we're going to see Forza Motorsport? That's what I'm wondering. I wonder when we're going to be seeing Forza Motorsport. Yeah, it's still too big. I obviously had the FTP uploader. So I just uploaded it FTP. We've got lots of things to do tonight. We've got a field of wheat ready to harvest. I got a field of sunflowers. Got a field of canola ready to harvest. I've even got a field of taters ready to harvest because we gotta feed our Piggly Wigglies. We gotta feed our #1 bacon makers. Wayne is joining us. Tookie's busy eating ribs. Michael, sorry, we are on a private server doing some pre-release testing on a map that is yet to be released, so clearly we can't open it up to others. Yeah. It can beg. I feel it can beg an awful lot. Watchdog 33, welcome. Welcome, Wes. FS23 is not available for streaming. So, no. This is Farming Simulator 22, exactly how the thumbnail shows it and the description. Where's everybody at? Are y'all in?
I'm ready to go.
Furnace is here. Is this a custom sunflower texture? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I've harvested sunflowers for a while. Well, that's because this isn't corn. This is sunflowers. Oh, genetic didn't make it. Dwayne will be here in a little bit, I'm sure. There he comes, slowly. Slowly. Well, Robbie, we can never always be right. Question is, are you going to join us tomorrow night for Sunday Night Mayhem? That's what I want to know. What did everybody do today? Tell you what, I was busy. I was busy. Oh, you know what? I heard Schultz is going to go see that new Mario movie tonight. Alright, well, it's been a while. It's been a long while. There we go. So after my live stream last night, after our retro visit, Farm Sim 17 and 19, the glasses I've been talking about, the AR glasses I've been talking about came in. Did mess with those a little bit last night and a little bit this morning. And then another fabulous new arrival came today. I've been messing with that, getting that all set up. Because FK Jr., well, he's going to get himself a nice surprise in a couple of days. Something that he's been wanting for a little while. So we got to get prepped for that. And then tonight, well, let's have a little fun on Emerald Coast. Dwayne, you missed it. We're back here.
Yeah, see that.
I didn't play FS20, so I don't know. FS22 is great. I bet you're finding all the fun roads.
Well, I haven't been on a lot of them, so I'm still learning.
Same with me. Same with me.
Well, then we'll set up the walk at the farm.
Rabbit, Rob's got some merch. His barley juice. Artemis, what's up? Welcome. What farms, I should say. What farms are you guys thinking about setting camp
We
up?
haven't even bought a farm yet, so I don't even know where to dump this thing.
We got the pig farm.
Oh, big farm.
What farm are you all planning on setting up here on the Emerald Coast when it releases? We've got the pig farm down here by field 24. That's where we're gonna play today. These textures look dope. I don't know. I think these are this. I don't know if these are the normal sunflower textures or not. I know Genetic J is setting up a build your own farm up in the north. let's take off another row here. Seven, what's up? How's it go? Did everybody see the map video that dropped early this morning? I managed to get in and record that video before I had to go off and do my chores. Adam, we are in the process of testing it after its first round of weight loss. It's a lot about a gigabyte of weight. But quite honestly, it needs to lose some more. Right now, it still won't be able to be uploaded to a traditional farm sim web server via the web uploader. So it's got to reduce itself a little bit more. The traffic still needs to be added in. So that's where it is right now. The map is perfect for multiplayer, but if it won't be able to fit on a standard multiplayer server, well, that's no good. That's no good. Right now, we've been using G-Portal servers for our multiplayer gameplay because with G-Portal, you can acquire 25 gigs of mod space and they provide you FTP upload capability, which means that I can upload a map or a mod far larger than the standard web uploader's limits without having any issues. So that's how we've been uploading and testing the map to date, but we need to get it down probably close to 2 gigs in order for the web uploader to work. Right now it's at 2.4. So she's got to lose a bit more weight. Indeed, indeed. Right, you're gonna have a bad time if you can't just upload it to a random multiplayer server. Between the map and the mod packs, it's already going to be pretty darn tight for a web server or a multiplayer server that has a 4 gig mod limit. But there is a lot going on the map, a lot of textures. Very, very few of the houses are alike. And when you basically have very few houses alike, then that means you have to have unique texture sets for every house that you put on the map. So that by its nature increases the size of the map. Yep, mod packs. There is a custom critters mod that is included that has some different animal sounds to fit the area, and a lot of the placeable buildings that are at the various farms have been pulled out of the map and put into a separate mod pack in order to ultimately reduce the map's weight. In fact, one of the things we need to do tonight is take an aerial tour of the various farms, looking for obvious missing buildings, looking for all white buildings that are albino buildings. That would imply that they are missing textures. And that would have been a result of the moving to a mod pack. Critters has an offsetting, just don't put it in. That's easy enough. Then you won't have sounds. And it'll just be boring. Well, you can go into the mod settings file, as I demonstrated and talked about probably in the mod video, to adjust volume levels and frequency and percent chance of various sounds occurring. Well, that's fine.
Well, this auger's broken.
You broke it?
Yeah, it's broken.
Did you bust the pipe up by hitting it on a pole?
Well, it needs to be wrapped around a tree. And it is not tall enough for these beams.
Oh, it's not?
Nope.
Oh, I thought it might be. Well, shoot.
And I can't even reset it back at the store because it doesn't show up on the maps. When I walk up to the auger, it says, it's broken, needs to be reset.
Really, it's that descriptive.
Yeah. Never seen that before.
Where is it? Where is it? Are you driving it back? I guess you're driving it back? I don't see it.
It's actually on my tractor here. I'll jump out and you can tab to it.
Oh, that's okay. I'm chasing you. All right, they're all picked. So we need the other one.
Yep.
All right. There we go. I had forgot about the fact that in FS 19 and 17, hide HUD and fly mode were a combined command. FS Lumberjack, welcome! Welcome! This video is brought to you by Patrick Coinier and Schultz Modding. Thank you for being Farmers. Seven, that is correct. It is a 4X map. This map includes 2 cow farms. We have a pig farm. We have a horse farm. There are 3 arable farms. One is a very rundown, kind of rustic arable farm that you can buy for pretty cheap. And then all the farms have the ability to sell the buildings that are on them. In the event that you want to do something else, you have that capability. Or if you want to, you can just continue to use the farm as you wish. As such, there are a boatload of placeable buildings that are included in the build mode because of the fact that all the buildings that are on all of the farms are sellable. It also means that they are also placeable. Not a lot of maps go to that extent to make everything that's on the map not only sellable, but also placeable. Vulgar donkey! What is up? Roy, what counts you out? Oh, it's okay. For Lumberjack, we all get busy. We all get busy today. Today I went and I was doing a bunch of errands. Got the grass cut. Went to the store, bought some groceries. Got some bird seed. Oh my gosh, why is bird seed so expensive? Bought 3 bags of bird seed. It was like 78 bucks. Are you kidding me? Birds are for the birds. Roy may be on console. Roy might be on console, Will. And the PDA has gotten a facelift. A mighty nice looking facelift, I have to add. All these little trees been populated in here. Scott, there is an update for UMRV. It dropped, like 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. The fix, so the Gouville pack can be used. Was in that update, and he added some more farmlands, split some things out. I've been checking today a couple times just to see if Hoffbergman got it updated, but nope, not yet. Not yet, Simon. RG Bionic. It's great to hear. It's great to hear. Hopefully he's done updating that map. Although somebody told me Stevie was a girl, so whichever they are, hopefully they're done updating that map. Stevie likes to update stuff. As a result, those maps are rarely finished. Oh, I think lots of us are waiting on Hoffbergman. What's the news? What's the news with respect to the Valley of the Old Farm? Right, what's the news with that one? We know that one's in testing now with Giants. Do we know? Has it been kicked back yet? Has it been sent back for reevaluation? Is it still pending testing? Is it actively going through the testing? Could we maybe see a drop on the Monday? Ah, 9-day window. So if they uploaded it last week, then it's like Tuesday or Wednesday this week. Oh, Vulgar, glad to hear you are liking Black Mountain. Hoot did a great job of that map when he first released it. And the poor boy has taken it over and brought it forward to 22. He did a really good job with it. Rick, thank you for the sub. If you're here, say hey in chat. Let us all acknowledge you. And thank you for joining the channel. I know I missed a few rows. This is how I do it. Well, Toogie, that's what happens when you take a holiday, right? When you take a holiday, couple weeks, Christmas, people still submit mods. You get backed up, and then you finally get caught up. You take a couple more days, and you get backed up some more. UMRV is a very nice map, for sure. I enjoyed the heck out of it in FS17. Ah, look. Look. Did we miss any rows now? So I might be missing one. Hey, hi, Codex, what's up? Yeah, I see that. Weird little glitch down there. Well, girls, Ireland isn't the only thing that considers themselves emerald. There's a portion of Florida, the U.S., that shares the same moniker of Emerald Coast. Trio Gaming, what's up? When is up? This thing locked in. I mean, your typical Irish map, though, also has farms that are completely locked in. That's kind of the general MO for Irish and UK farm or maps, is pre-built farms that are totally locked in. That would be correct, RG. The beeping is guidance steering. A wonderful mod that allows me to focus more on chat and the conversation than a drive in a straight line. can just dive in, engage it, and off we go. Of course, our fancy farmer. We're in a case after all. Cases are fancy farmers. Are we able to get that one set up? Oh, was it maybe... Did it sound like you were low on battery?
Yeah, it's working. Yeah, this auger's so long where those trees get a lot of snagging.
Yeah. Not a surprise. No, I was hoping I could get away with a smaller auger. Oh, guys, it can be really handy. Really handy for keeping a straight line. And doing what I like to do is, like right here, is I like to skip lanes. I don't like to stop, back up, and then go up and down each lane individually. I like to skip lanes because I can keep the harvester in a forward motion. I'm not stopping it, reversing it, going forward. I can just loop around in nice loops. And this allows me to easily skip lanes and know that I have a header width when I come back and grab the interim lane. Kind of like what we're about to do. I personally feel it's faster this way. Because again, we're not stopping, reversing, forwarding, maybe doing a 3-point turn. We also have your favorite crop to harvest.
Sugarcane?
Nope. Maybe second favorite.
Oh. Marshmallows?
No.
I heard something, you said something earlier about potatoes, but that was not my favorite harvest.
Oh, but it is the main ingredient in cheddar cheese fries.
Yeah, that may be.
You're lucky though, because we don't have that that Grimmy pack in. So there's only one way to actually harvest taters.
Oh, with a pitchfork?
The giant harvester, it's like 3 times bigger than the field that the potatoes are in.
Oh, nice.
What is the nacho cheese out of a can
See if I can find my way off this field.
or a jar? Was it one of those big cans you open with a metal can opener? Oh, a plastic tub. Boy, that is some quality cheese then. Did you have to stir it up because it had oil in it? What is everybody's go-to crop? The crop that you like to harvest, crop you like to plant, crop you like to mow. The best cheese is good for at least 10 years. Wheat. Wheat is a fun crop. Do you mow or do you bale the straw?
We need to put a gate along this fence line here.
Do you pick it up with a forage wagon? Do you just scatter it to the wind? Ah, rusty nails. Square round, square round. Tookie, get on the server. We got a field of poplar to bring in. I could even let you use the poplar baler and make giant rounds of poplar. Too bad we can't make wood chip bales with the Gouville pack. That would be nice. That would be nice. I think there might be a trick up Hofbergman's sleeve with respect to the Gouville pack. I may have read somewhere that the Hofbergman download includes a Gouville add-on that allows you to put other things in it. More things than Giants want you to. But I might be mistaken. It'll definitely be something that we look at and talk about, assuming I don't forget when the map does get updated. But yeah, let's go back to the Valley of the Old Farm. I'm really looking forward to seeing the FS22 rendition of that. I really, really hope that it is like the FS17 version of that map. I really enjoyed the FS17 version. Did a multiplayer with some folks on that map back in FS17. Maybe be interested in sparking up a multiplayer, but man, I gotta try to not overcommit. Try not to overcommit. Making me hard, though. Birdness is going to attempt to cut every tree down in this section of the map. Are you saying you're going to try to cut every tree down up here? You do note that's like, I don't know, 2/3 of a normal map. Right? It's like 2/3 of a normal map up here. I think I need to show you, what? What is that? What? What? Why does this thing have Virginia license plates? Why do we have Virginia license plates on a pick-em-up truck? Here at the entrance of the map. What? What? Why on earth? How on earth can we... Oh, here we go. I was trying to show this off the other day. There's one of our collectibles. A little toy tractor. Let me give you a little background. Let me give you a little background about that. Back in the day of FS17, there was this guy. You may know him. You may watch a couple of his videos. There's a guy that did a series on Emerald Coast. And the storyline is he just moved in to the area. He had no money to his name. He had a chainsaw and a pickup truck. It happened to be an old C10 pick-em-up truck. But at any rate, he went up to the forest and he started himself a little forestry. He was chainsawing away, chucking blocks of wood into the back of the truck, taking them down to the sawmill, making a little bit of money. And one day he earned enough money to lease a tractor, lease some forks, some loader arms, and a log trailer. And he just kept on at it. And that's what he did for basically the first year. And 7 years later, after a horrid hurricane basically took half the map out, 17 years later and another game version later, he owned the entire map. All the farms. His brothers Daryl helped him out. And that was a fun old time. So that's the origin story of this truck. A nod to that guy who moved to Florida with just a chainsaw and became the Baron of Emerald Coast in FS17 and 19. Might be worth going back and taking a watch. Poor guy doesn't do recorded series anymore. But that's why this truck has Virginia license plates. At least that's the story I'm going to stick to. We're going to park this thing up here at this AI farm. So here we have an AI farm. And the AI farm has animated chickens. Alright, while we're up here, let's go check out these two farms, make sure they have all the buildings they're supposed to. Make sure everything has textures to it. For those that may be new, all the farmhouses are enterable, so that you can go into each of them. That is a staple of CCS 101's maps. So far, this one looks good. Farms of trash. The trash can be removed. Alright, that one looks fine. And then we have another cow farm. Artemis likes sugarcane. What? Oh my gosh. That's some arduous stuff. Sugarcane, that is. Will, have you thought about switching this building out with the bale storage pack? Or maybe this one is the bale storage building. We just don't have the triggers because we don't own it yet. I'll plant the entire map in sugarcane using easy dev controls. Then I'll make you harvest it. That one looks good. Ravenhawk, you don't know the person. Clearly you don't watch too much farm sim content. If you watched any farm sim content in the past, you've definitely seen this series. I mean, it's not a series that you can really miss. Let me get you a link since clearly you're confused. Let me see if I can dig it up. There you go. There you go. Don't mind Tookie. He's currently getting his mouth wrenched out with a bar of soap. He'll be back in approximately 4.5 minutes. Rusty. I don't know. You can already do that with mods on PC. You can easily do that with Horseplay. But if they'll bring that type of functionality into the base game, if they will enhance the hired helper in that way, I don't know. And we know that the pig farm looks okay, because I've been down there. Server autosave. And then if anybody watches that, there's a FS19 playlist also. Scott, thank you for the gifted membership. Artemis is the recipient of a said membership. Something I need to do later tonight is run down the members and update my credit file. That way the next time that we do a video, which will probably be tomorrow's live stream, we'll have the updated credits. Dwayne has been a member for 19 months. He's going to be celebrating 2 years in just a few months. I don't know. Ravenhawk, what would you define as a powerful PC? I've loaded this map up on a system running a 7th gen Intel processor and a 1070 Ti. It runs okay. It runs okay on that. Seems to run fine on this system, but I would not call this system low end. I ran fine on my mobile recording platform. That was running a 4th gen or 4000 series AMD processor and a 2060 mobile chip. Ran fine on that. If you do run into issues, you can always drop the view distance back a little bit. Drop some rendering quality back a little bit. Maybe run on high settings, maybe run on medium settings. But it's difficult to say because there's so many values and so many factors that play. You know, what's your GPU? How much memory does your GPU have? What resolution are you playing at? How much system memory do you have? Are you pulling this game off of a NVMe drive, off a SATA flash drive, or SSD, or off a good old classic spinning disc of copper? All of those things can factor in on how a map ultimately performs. Because if you've got a slow hard drive and you are now with FS22 streaming in textures as they are needed, then you might have a little giddy up, a hitch in your giddy up, so to speak, when it goes out to fetch those textures. If you've got a graphics card with a low amount of internal memory, once again, you might have a little catch in your giddy up because it's got to go out and fetch those textures. We're already hearing, I don't know how many are into gaming harder core than Farm Sim, but we're already hearing games like Hogwarts Legacy and The Last of Us, maybe? Last of Us 2? I don't know, something like that. There's been a couple recent releases that have run horribly on graphics cards with 8 gigs of video memory, which last year was the standard for mid-range cards. 8 gigs isn't going to cut it anymore if you want to run in very high settings because of those texture packs and the fact that you can't keep all of your textures in memory with an 8 gig graphics card anymore. So there's a lot of factors. Tookie's back. He's still wrenching his mouth. But yeah. You run at 1080. That should be fine. But my only frame of reference is a 1070 Ti I have in a system that has an Intel 7th gen processor in it. That system's about to be retired and shut down. I've got a laptop with a 4000 series AMD mobile chip that has a 2060 in it. I've played this map on that a little bit. Seems fine. That was also a 1080 resolution. Here we're running in a 3080 at 1440p resolution, so a little bit higher resolution. Roughly double the pixels that we would have to render if we were running at 1080. But system performance is a lot. There's a lot goes into system performance above and beyond any one individual component. I'm almost done here. I can reallocate the trailer for them taters. So I saw the 3070 or 4070, sorry, the 4070 released last week. It has 12 gigs of video memory. So I feel 12 is the new 8. 8 is the new 4 or 6. And of course 16 is kind of the higher end level. But seriously, anybody looking to buy a graphics card these days, I would not buy anything that has 8 gigs or less. Unless you consistently are only worried about playing titles that have been out for a few years. Or you're not overly concerned about playing with high-res texture packs. I just love to harvest me some phantom crop. Because these cards these days, they're expensive. You want that investment to be good for 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Right? You want that investment to be good for a while. And the big thing driving those game titles to higher memory usage is the new gen consoles. because the new gen consoles now have 16 gigs of memory. I think the old gen consoles had 8 or 12. So you always design your product to the least powerful denominator, which is always going to be console. So now that your least powerful denominator has potentially 16 gigs of memory available to it, that's what your target is. What's up, Melvin? How's it going? Tuki can now join us in ATS in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes. Before it took him like 15. Forza Horizon 5 would take forever to boot up. I saw Dwayne take this road. I'm hoping this road dumps out somewhere.
I cut through the trees.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Goes right to the farm. I thought it was just nice scenery.
I'm looking for Chupacabra. Delana, welcome. Chupacabra.
I don't even know what that is.
We can ask Siri. Someone will tell us because our phone will answer. They had a 12 gig 2060?
I had that same trouble.
I'm just gonna switch it to the little door.
I don't know if it was the auger or if it's the bin that doesn't like it. Or
It's like the trailer loses the trigger once it raises a certain height.
seems that way.
So here we have a nice kind of rustic pig farm. Where does this road go? Oh. Okay, Dwayne's back here, I think. Well, where it is better is it's using more memory. So at this point in time, I think it could conceivably outperform a faster card because it's got more memory. Oh, there's like a near invisible fence here. It's like those utility poles with those guy wires that are nearly invisible. Yeah. It's like, Will, put plastic on those. They put yellow plastic on those in real life for a reason.
Yeah, you gotta be very careful with these poles. Those fences.
Here we got barbed wire that's nearly invisible. I wonder if he has a potato silo in here. We're missing some textures, Will. Paging Will, are you here? We're missing some textures.
Root crop shed?
Oh, where's that at? Glad that one's brown. Containers. Well, why should I use a pickup to pull this trailer? You can use the pickup to pull a trailer if you want. I'm gonna use this quality New Holland trailer. Well, I get these guys a little bit of food. You can give them some more. Will I fit in here? Yeah, we'll just leave a pile here. Tight quarters. Here, let's get rid of this. There. Now we can make that corner better. Were you able to go this whole length?
Oh, I can go a long time. I'm only at 17%.
Alright, now I'll park this thing down here.
Yeah, you could probably harvest the whole field of cotton or whatever before I fold.
Let's go up and, oh, we're not getting through there, I don't think. Nope, not getting through there.
Well, that's a dead end over there. You don't want to go there anyway. That's where you need to put a gate, because that just brings you to a big bathtub.
Oh, a bathtub. That's nice.
Yeah, pond.
Oh, well, let's go into a fishing hole. I mean, we're going to be able to fish in Hofburton.
I don't know if we'll put any fish on this map.
Well, isn't that convenient? We have a header already here. And now we can harvest canola. So you're saying yield's very low.
These potatoes. I think this field there we have for a while.
Set our course. Off we go. What other games are you all playing out there? What other games other than Farm Sim do you dare enjoy? Tell you what, my game library is vast and extensive. And most of them I have not played at all. Everybody knows about the free Epic games every week, right? I mean, all you gotta do is collect those once a week. And in the course of a couple years, you'll have like 300 games to your library titles. ATS Semper, are you coming out tomorrow? We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Oh, everyone plays real life. Red Dead 2. Classic, modern classic. ACC, ATS, ETS, Gotham Knight. What's etc, etc? Etc, etc means titles you don't want to say. Rust. I saw some survival games at PAX. We have 2 new titles from Epic this week. We had 2 titles last week. Are you an Amazon Prime member? If you're an Amazon Prime member, you get Amazon Prime Gaming is included. They have some titles they add every month to their free title through Amazon Gaming. Most titles are delivered through their own kind of gaming launcher, but oftentimes they do have other titles that are redeemable over Epic or GOG. Star Sector ATS, FS22, Icarus, Star Trek Online, and No One Survived. Jigsaw puzzle. Well, Burgess, soon, in about 40 days, you'll be able to retire Jigsaw puzzle and play Farm Sim 23 mobile on your phone. We don't need real estate signs. Car mechanic sim, lawn mowing. You know, if you want to simulate mowing your lawn, you come mow my lawn for legit, and that'll be good. Burgess is pre-registered for FS23. Good for you. How do you like God of War? Are you playing that on PC? Forza Motorsport 7. I'm waiting for the next Forza Motorsport, Rusty. We're going to be doing some Forza Motorsport on the channel when that drops. So many things I want to get to, so many things I want to do, so many things I want to play. Ah, 1.2 of Hoff Berman. Very, very much. So little time. So little time. That's a weird trailer. I haven't used that too much. These things are ginormous. Saw this over at Farm Show, National Farm Machinery Show. It needs big things. That should be big enough. Creative projects. Like what? Like what? So it's good when you don't teleport into a tree. Oh, did it, David? I did update to 1.47. The server's been updated to 1.47, so we're going to be back on the dedicated server provided by G-Portal for tomorrow night's Sunday night convoy night. I saw Schultz got his hoodie, his Bad Things hoodie. Maybe he'll be wearing that tomorrow night if he decides to actually join us, that is. Well, updates typically break mods. That's a known factor. So folks just need to come back in and tweak their stuff. I'll tell you what though, after last night's live stream, I paid attention to my my harvester discharge here, because that looks a lot better than what we had back in the day, just a couple years ago. We forget what we got now versus what we had then. Going back gives us a little bit of appreciation, I think, for how things have progressed. Rusty, do you know when Motorsport, the next Motorsport's coming out? I know it's supposed to be spring 23. Well, you know what? It's not too much longer before spring 23 is over. I think technically spring 23 is over in June. How's the weather been for everybody? We've had temperatures in the 80s during the day. Sunny in the 80s. Today, though, was a bit cloudy and cool. Threatening rain off and on. I think Ravenhawk's trying to say it's hot here. It's getting hot in here. Snow is gone. How's the mud? Is the mud still there? Trucker Jim, you can't have it getting too dry. Let's hope you get some rain down there. But not the rain that comes with a hurricane. The rain that comes with a nice soaker. I tell you, I know the trees are pollinating out because every morning I come out to a green car. My car is not green. Nope, it's not. But it's get covered with a nice coat of green every morning. Looking for a good hard rain to help knock that off. Are there any good places? Ag root sales. Where is that at? Down in the southwest corner of the map. Alright. I've had lots of good, clear, sunny days. Several days this upcoming week are going to be nice and sunny. I know my solar panels are liking that. I'm liking that. Because a good sunny day means a good free power day. Couple good sunny days equals one bad overcast day for free power. I tell you what, if you can, I would strongly suggest having someone come out and assess your house, assess your property for solar potential, because we went live at the end of August, and I've had 1 month where I actually paid for power since last August. That was December, when December was basically overcast and cloudy the whole month. And we had baseboard heat on in the basement because the daughter was home from college. But other than that, every other month has been basically paying the minimum, which is like $7. Well worth it. Solar payment is well under what my power bill would have been. So if it's viable for you, if it's viable for you, then it's definitely worth looking at. I have an 8 kilowatt system. If you factor in the power of the panels. And I still don't really understand this fully. But basically I have a 6 kilowatt inverter. So my system can only produce 6 kilowatts max. Even though my panels are theoretically capable of outputting 8. The explanation I got was because you want the inverter works best when it's at or near peak output. So it's like they deliberately underspec the inverter based on the panels. I just feel like I'm leaving money on the table. But okay. Yeah, the minimum around here is like just under $8, and basically that's for the privilege of being able to have electricity, right? Even though none was actually consumed. Oh, you know what? That's what. Yeah, David, it's like I said, I didn't spend a whole lot of time grilling them. I did my own research, and it's basically it's common to I don't know if they call it under provision or it's a common practice. Man, on a good sunny day, yeah, you'll see it's fun to look at the daily power charts, because you can see the sunrise, and as the sun rising, you can see as it keeps getting higher and higher in the sky, it's hitting a better angle on the panels, so right, power generation goes up in a very linear curve. And then it hits the top of the inverter and it just kind of flatlines. And it stays flatlined for a few hours throughout the sunniest part of the day. And then you see as the sun moves away from the panels, you see the line then tail off. And again, in a very linear fashion. Yeah, that's what I... Yeah. It said inverters work best when they're at near 100% capacity. It does, Genetic J. It does. The panels produce DC current, and the inverter basically just converts it to AC. So if you were running straight into batteries, you wouldn't need to go through the inverter. You could have a circuit going straight to the batteries because they're DC power. And then the inverter is wired directly into the to the main breaker panel of the house. Yeah. On any given month, I'm saving probably about 60 bucks compared to what my old power bill used to be and what the panel payment is. Trucker Jim, they have a 25-year warranty on them. I think typically they're rated for 25, 30 years of life before they lose a certain percentage of their viable output. But I think throughout the duration of those 25 years, they're operating at like 90 to 93% capacity. So that's another reason to kind of overspec, is the fact that, you know, the panels are going to decrease in output over the 20 to 25 year lifespan. I did increase my homeowner's coverage. That was not just because of the panels. That was really because we haven't reevaluated our homeowners since we bought the house in 01. So 22 years later, yeah, we should probably reevaluate where our plan is at. But we definitely added the cost of the system to the insurance. So another big selling point was the fact that you know, when you go in and if you lease, if you borrow basically the money for the system, you have in theory, a fixed loan now, right? You have a fixed monthly payment for your power generation. But over the years, we all know over the years, our power bills go up, right? Power company's going to charge more for the same amount of power. So over the next 15, 20 years, I'm still going to be paying the exact same amount I'm paying right now per month. But the guy next door, his power bill is going to be going up. So, yep. Ouch. That's a nasty increase. I mean, I know mine's going up. Mine's going up in the last 21 years for sure. I'm pretty sure I'm remembering my average monthly power bill, like, when we first moved into the house, was like just around $100 a month. And I would do annual billing or annual average billing. So it would take my power usage over the last year, you know, divide that into 12 even payments, and that's what I would make for the next year. And then at the end of that year, it would evaluate basically where we were. Did we use more power? Did we use less power? And my monthly average would go up or down slightly over the years. But it's always been a steady increase. And when we went live on our power bill, my monthly bill was $190 something, nearly $200 a month. So, yeah. How full is that trailer?
Well, I'm just unloading it. Just having a fun time trying to get it out of the shed here.
I was gonna sell it, but that's okay.
Well, that's okay. One trailer load in there. Well, I guess not two. Yeah, I think we're gonna have more than enough days to feed these winters.
David, I get a 1-for-1. A 1-for-1 credit. So I call it our power bank. Is how I look at it. Yeah, I mean we only have baseboard heat in the basement. It's only on when the daughter's here and in the the winter. So our local power company gives me a 1-to-1 credit for any power I send their way. Chaotic, this is PC only. Yes, we are on a 4X map that is in pre-release testing. So like this last billing period, I made about 350 kilowatts more than I consumed and used. So I basically sent to my power company 350 kilowatts more than I needed. 350 kilowatt hours, that is. So that goes into my bank. And the power company keeps track of the amount of energy I send and the amount of energy I pull. So every month that I send them more increases my power balance. And any month that I consume more decreases my power balance. And the only time I have any billable charges is when I consume more than my power balance has in it. So I look forward to months where I can run with minimal AC and minimal heat, right? To load up my power balance. And then on the really, really hot months where the AC is just constantly pumping out, where maybe we'll consume more power than we produce, we'll have enough in our balance to negate that billable charge. Trucker Jim, I mean, I think they call it budget billing up here, but it's still, it's average billing is what it is. It's they take my year's consumption and they figure out, you know, so in the summer, I rack up charges a lot more than I'm paying. And in the winter, I would pay a lot more than the actual power I'm using. And in the end, it's a wash. So I discontinued that clearly once we went into our new system. And I have great smiles on my face when I pay the $7 and some odd cent bill. I don't even know what I'm getting charged per kilowatt hour. It's not really disclosed on the bill that I can find. But they're still very much incentivizing people, because the state has put a requirement on them to have a certain percent of green energy by like 2030. And every homeowner that they can put in, you know, every homeowner that they can incentivize to put panels is less panels that they have to put out themselves, because you darn well know that they're factoring in that energy I'm producing as clean energy for themselves too. Because I mean, ultimately, whatever I don't use goes into the grid, and the clean energy I produce that I consume is just energy that I, you know, didn't demand from them. So they'll be less incentivizing once they get closer to that mandated percentage. But what I've been told is, you know, you get in early, you get grandfathered in on the best deals. So someone coming in later, let's say in 2 or 3 years, they might get, I think California has a real bad rap. I think California is like, for every 3 that you send, you only get 1 back, or maybe every 4 you send, you only get 1 back. It's a free assessment, Trucker Jim. Pretty much, you know, they'll come out, they'll look at your place. They came out, looked at my place, and they said your roof is perfect. It's got good southern exposure. I said, I know. Tell me about it. Before I put energy efficient windows in the house, our house would bake in the summer. You just stand in front of the big window and it would just radiate heat into your body. During the winter, we've got really good insulation on the house. We've got really good double pane windows now. And in the winter, it could be 20 degrees outside. If the sun's up, the heat doesn't turn on because we get that much radiant heat. But we also have gas hot water, so that's a big energy saver. We've got a gas stove and oven. That's a big energy saver. My biggest energy consumer is the clothes dryer. And these gaming computers. Oh, interesting, Trucker Jim. Kind of they self-subsidize. Aximus, what country is this? Okay. Well, I can tell you what, that can be a good benefit. It might be rolled in. It's rolled into something, right? Sure, it's rolled into something. So, you know, they did an assessment. They're like, they said, we think you can offset 80% of your power with the panels. And that's what I did all the math on, was like, you know, 80% of my annual power spend. What's that look like? What does the annual solar payment look like? It was still cheaper. So, yeah, I mean, this big green energy push is a rough one. Because, this is bad news. Oh well. Because if anything, what seeing the energy production in my own panels has taught me is that power production is very sensitive to cloud cover and the weather. If you have endless days of sunny skies, then great. Like December was horrible for energy production. It was overcast probably 25 of the 30 days of the month. And, you know, from an individual, it's not that big of a deal because we have the power grid to pull from. But if you are running the power grid, right, you gotta have multiple forms of energy production to compensate for those low solar days. If you have wind generators, you got to compensate for those days where there's just no air movement whatsoever. If you're the Hoover Dam, you got to compensate for the days where there's no water. So it's really the need for a municipal power source to be diversified as much as possible. Power generation from solar, power generation from wind, power generation from water, power generation from, nobody likes the coal word, power generation from coal when everything else is just not happening. It's just got to be there. Exactly. Exactly. You're not going to get a whole lot of power production in Maine in the winter. The further you're away from the equator, the less power you're going to make. That's for sure. Farming sins. What is up? What is up? Nuclear is a dirty word. Lots of folks think nuclear is a very dirty word compared to natural gas or coal. Those are dirty words too. But those are dirty words because they have, in theory, limited resources. Nuclear's got some very bad stigma to it. Thanks to a couple, we'll call them incidences. Bertus, but that's because you have geothermal energy production. And I don't know, you got rivers, you can probably do some nice hydro production. But yeah, when it's dark 6 months out of the year, yeah, probably not a good way of making power. Hydro works as long as the water's still there, right? I mean, there's some big dams. California, Nevada, and now suddenly there's some pretty big concerns. So tomorrow we're going to be doing a members-only live stream. We're going to be running Assetto Corsa Competizione at 2 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be at Laguna Seca doing our GT3 championship. We've got just 4 more races in our GT3 championship. And then we're going to be wrapping up Season 2 of our ACC League and moving forward then back to GT4. We are looking for some interested parties looking to join in on the fun. It is a casual racing league, but we do have a fixed schedule. We're going to be running 1 hour later with the new season. We're going to be running at 3 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. We have an organized practice night on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, if you can join. If you are interested, Explanation Discord, let me know over there, and I'll get you added to the appropriate channel. It's whatever. Maybe I said it backwards. I don't know.
We are running Forestry.
Okay. So I said it backwards. I have no idea, Aximus. Then you'd have to reference their website. See what they say about that publicly.
I do have another trailer with this once.
Nice. Okay. I'll go sell that. That'll be the end of it. Well, I mean, Florida is prime solar territory. Like I said, the closer you are to the equator, the more prime it is. Because you have less variance during the, with the seasons. Alright, let's go. Let's go. We need to go up, over, down, and over. Okay. I mean, hydrogen, where are they? Is that the water-powered engine? I mean, where are they getting this hydrogen from? Where are these farmers going to get their hydrogen from? Or is it JCB construction equipment? That's the big thing about these alternate fuels. Okay. So the big thing with these alternate fuels is the availability of the fuel. Right? So I wouldn't think that they would be cutting over to exclusive hydrogen. I think maybe they're looking to offer it, maybe. It would make more sense that they'd be offering it to markets that have access to it, and or for folks who are interested in that. But you would definitely need the fuel source to be consistently and easily readily available. What's the high level summer there, Burgess? For those that can't read at the moment. It's interesting, Delilah. So it's a fairly easy conversion for a diesel already. It's just the supply of fuel, supply and transport and storage. I mean, I wouldn't even know where you would go to get it. It's like the cart before the horse. You have to have the supply before you have the vehicle, but you don't necessarily have the supply until you have a need for the vehicle. Is that how it works? Well, if it's plentiful, then where is your local hydrogen fueling station? $10,000 of taters.
Well, I got a harvester that's full.
How much does that thing hold?
Question, I don't even know. 3/4 of that trailer.
Ah, well. It's a long journey back.
Auger wagon is full as well now. Color.
Well, I mean, using natural gas to make hydrogen isn't so much a renewable resource. We're already talking about natural gas having a finite life cycle. So, but what my point is that until you have an abundance of fueling stations, then it's difficult to have a decent penetration of vehicles and machinery that's using it. And it's difficult to have fueling stations until you have those vehicles using it. So Yeah. Ultra Gamer, this map is set in the Emerald Coast of Florida. That is the southern panhandle of Florida. Along the Gulf Coast. So that would be USA. Taking a shortcut. It's 2 grass fields.
Yeah, can't damage that. Even if you do want it.
There's a fence here. Gotta find a hole in the fence.
Good luck.
I think we might be okay. Oh no! Pulled a fast one on me. That Will's a sneaky fella.
Can't sell the fence.
But I own the land! He's gonna tell me the fence was put up by the city or some junk.
Well, I noticed when I was in that grass area on the potato field, it would say, you do not have access to that land. So you've got obviously a buffer on that field.
And Ultra Gamer, there's also a raising water water plane that raises up when it rains heavily. So there's some localized flooding in the southern part of the map as a result. The northern part of the map is hilly and offers the ability to kind of make your own fields, build out your own farmland. No orange groves, sadly. Maybe one day we'll get orchards and such in Farm Sim. More than the placeable production types that we have now. Like, we've got some maps with like almonds and such, but I think we'd love the ability to go here, go to orchards, and right Just draw out some orange trees, draw out some apple trees, some cherry trees. I think that would be awesome. All right, guys, that's going to do us for the night. Thank you for coming out and watching. We've been doing some pre-release testing on the Emerald Coast, taking a look at some various areas of the map that have been basically weight lost, if you will. Took a look at the 2 cow farms and the pig farm. There's also a horse farm up here. There's an old abandoned farm up here. We have an arable farm over here. There's another kind of small arable farm over here, which is some silos that you can live in and such. Those are right here. We have a silo for grain storage and a livable silo. So I'm kind of calling this a kind of an eccentric possible player farm. Hopefully we'll get this map done. Hopefully this map will get out to you guys very, very soon. But it does have to reduce a wee bit more weight before it can be properly uploaded to a multiplayer server using the web uploader. Keep an eye out on the channel tomorrow for our Sunday night convoy night at 8 p.m. Eastern on ATS. And for members only, we'll be doing a members only live stream on Assetto Corso Competizione at 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow as well. Farming's my chill. What's yours? And until next time, happy farming.